Our big gay audience from previous videos.
Yes, finally, I get a fucking mention. I'm actually here in the flesh. I know, shock and horror, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, good God. Right, anyway, you twats. Here's the crew. The gamer girl. In all her glasses-wearing glory.
Yep.
The stay-at-home gamer dad.
Yo.
Doesn't he have just a manly voice?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got Mole, my fellow Brit.
Woo! I'm the only one whose name you got right.
Yeah.
True. To be fair, you only dragged me in here, 2 minutes ago? Anyway. And we might have him popping in and out, Marcus Shadow.
We do. We have Marcus Shadow. He's just not on voice at this moment, but he will be joining us at various intervals.
Well, bugger him then. We'll just wing it. Okay. We got some pretty cool stuff for you guys. We're going to have news, catch-up, discussions, blah-de-blah-de-blah, the usual mumbo-jumbo. Take it away.
Okay. First up in the news, a headline I'm calling, "Say hello to my little friend."
Okay, I know I'm short, but come on.
Microsoft has confirmed it does not have plans to make a Halo movie. The company issued a statement to Eurogamer after recent reports suggested Alien director Ridley Scott had signed up to produce a feature-length digital Halo movie. The Halo franchise encompasses many elements, including games, action visuals, novels, and more, said Microsoft. As always, we have many projects in the works that offer us the opportunity to bring in new audiences to the franchise, as we did in the past with Halo Legends and Halo Forward into Dawn.
I thought they already had a movie.
And it goes on to say that it may maybe talk about a new TV show. The closest thing to a movie would be Halo Forward into Dawn, but they're not actually counting that as a Halo movie. It's a Halo movie, but it's not Halo the movie, which is it's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like we have all those Dragon Age movies, but they're not really movies as much as things with the name.
No, I mean they're not considering it a movie, because when they do a big budget Halo movie, that will be the one that they call the Halo movie.
Okay.
And excuse me if you hear me sniffling or anything like that, cold at the moment. But
So we all do.
my next bit of news. My next bit of news. Halloween comes early.
Oh, lovely.
Activision has teased details of Onslaught, the next batch of DLC for Call of Duty Ghosts, including the sentence, "Something menacing is coming."
Meant to sound like Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z.
Sorry, let me try again. "Something menacing is coming."
Oh my god.
But a new video released by Activision reveals that something menacing is in fact the movie's relentless antagonist, Michael Myers. Myers is going to be a playable character in Call of Duty Ghosts in the new fog map, where you're able to wield an axe and stalk your victims to a location, complete with an abandoned cabin, a campsite, and torture chamber.
Am I the only one who fucking loves the sound of that?
Michael Myers, as in from Halloween?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not as in the guy who voiced Shrek.
I want
Wouldn't that be Mike Myers?
It's the same fucking thing, isn't
Mike
it?
is short for Michael.
I know.
Whoa, what a twist.
Yeah, well, and now finally, my last, which I probably should have done this one first. No news is good news, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
From Nintendo themselves.
We would like to apologize that we weren't able to bring Nintendo TV service to 2013 as originally planned. Please keep an eye out for further announcement regarding this service in the near future.
So basically they're saying to us, oh yeah, Europe, we said that we're going to give you a TV in 2013, and now it's 2014. Yeah, we're afraid you may have noticed that, so... Hi!
We just learned that you guys have calendars, and
Yeah.
we're very sorry.
I kind of hoped the world was going to end back when people promised.
We were lied to.
Yeah, we were lied to. But it's a case of, ironically, enough people from the European stuff, when they announced that, actually said, wait, oh yeah, we don't have TV yet. And one of the American people in the comments below was like, how did you forget you don't have TV? And they're like, well, we haven't had it, so I just forgot it was a feature. And so many European people were like, yeah, we forgot it was a feature. Wait, why haven't we got this yet? And I was like, you've done the opposite of what you wanted to.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
But that was the end of my newsies.
Alright.
Hey,
I'll go next.
what about next?
I'll go next.
Lovely. Take it away, darling. Serenade us with your lovely voice.
Funny. So.
Ooh, true. Would be me doing the serenading or get Victor.
Yeah.
That's good. That half bastard. Oh, come on.
Okay, so I have two Nintendo newses. First one, since I was talking about European, Nintendo stuff, I'll just go right into this. On the Nintendo UK web store, they have lowered the price for Wonderful 101 and a bunch of other Nintendo 3DS and Wii U titles to about £8.95, so I guess it's like almost £9. What is that, like $12-something in American dollars, right? Something like that.
Something like that. Although it
Yeah.
would be worth pointing out that the price has gone back up.
Oh, it's going back up already, man.
It was a flash sale similar to like the Steam sales for
Ah.
retail games. Therefore, it passed over really fast, but it was interesting in that it was opening up brand new doors, because now you've got people doing the Steam style sales for actual disc-based hard copies of video games, which that's actually a pretty impressive and innovative thing, I feel.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Alright, so there's that. Then another thing is Club Nintendo rewards. I think this is for the North American Club Nintendo. You can get Game & Watch, Spin 6, F-Zero, and 1080 Degrees for
All those playable characters in Smash Brothers.
Ha! They're all like between 100 and 200 coins on the store right now, so you can pick those up. Those are for Virtual Console, 3DS, and DSiWare. So that's pretty cool. Some free games, pretty much.
Cool.
Alright. And then I have some... I have this one, like, I guess kind of joke news, but it's real, so... Okay, it says... To treat grandma's, treat grandma's pee problems, make her play Dance Dance Revolution. Pretty much. Sorry to having your grandmother wear a diaper, make her play Dance Dance Revolution, because supposedly it will help her be able to have more flexible bladder control.
I'm going to have to try that
or-
at work.
To the people in our audience, because I know we're at like an economic crisis and stuff like that, instead of buying a console and buying Dance Dance Revolution, just cut off the water. It's a lot quicker.
Well, I think the other dance games could work too, probably, you know? So, you could get like one of the ones with the Wiimote, or like whatever console you have. There's always a dancing game that comes out on pretty much almost all the consoles, so.
They could, but I hate to say this, but Dance Dance Revolution is the best.
It is the best.
Would it be
I heard
illegal?
Michael Jackson the experience.
Would it be illegal or
Not
immoral?
suitable for kids.
Okay, would it be immoral of me to fucking apply that shit to work?
You should do it. It's been tested a lot of times in Canada and Switzerland. So, and they said they had was it 30% increase in bladder control between ages of 70 and 80.
Wow.
Oh, thank fuck for that then, right?
Okay,
get in.
who wants to suggest dances? Wow, that is innovative and new.
Sort of.
So, yeah. There's that, which I thought was fun. Also, just one more thing I have is, I'm just gonna mention the Xbox ad that people are talking about. The one where, like, the guy he gets cut up and everything. I like how, like, basically there's this Xbox One ad that the game is so real that, like, he keeps having flashes of things happening in the game when he's not in the game. And, like, the injuries that he sustained in the game are happening to his actual body. So it says, the pretty much message is, if you want anything more real, we're gonna have to go in your house and cut you up. Like, you get cut up in the game. So that was kind of their message, because that's how immersive it is. You know, it's so real, you almost feel the pain in your hands and arms.
The message was not, we're going to come to your house and cut you up. The message was just, it's the most real experience on the market. Ironically, Sony ran a similar advert back on the PS3.
I know, with the creepy baby thing.
Which,
what the hell?
Yeah.
Which, I don't want an Xbox One yet, I'm going to get one later on, but I will say the advert itself, it did look cool.
It did.
And it did a good job. It made people pay attention to it.
That's the real job of an ad. But I did kind of think that, like, it's so real, the only thing realer would be if you actually were bleeding. Like, you know, that's how I felt like I kind of took it. I know that's not the way they initially wanted it, but that's, like, the first message that I, like, received from it. Like, you want it more real? Sure, I'll just cut your arm off, you know, and, like, you know, we'll have a real sword battle. And, like,
am I the only one thinking, what the fuck?
Does anyone else think that Geeky Girl is just really paranoid towards Microsoft?
I'm not. I'm paranoid towards everything. I don't discriminate. I'm paranoid against everything. I always, like, check my...
Contradiction right there. You just said you don't discriminate, but you're paranoid to everything.
Yeah, I'm paranoid...
Bitch.
I'm paranoid against everything. There's not one specific thing I'm paranoid about. I'm paranoid against everything.
Young people these days, honestly.
Anyway, like, when I go in my car, I always make sure there's not someone with a gun, like, pointing to my head and telling me to drive here, you know? Because I always think...
They let you drive? But you're crazy.
I always, like, think there's someone going to be hiding away in my back seat, because that's how paranoid I am.
What?
You're a woman driver. No one's going to take that risk.
In all fairness, our cars get broken into, like, all the time, so, like, they could...
Your cars or people's cars in America?
My cars is my neighborhood. Like, my mom's car got broken into a few days ago. My neighbor's car got broken into. It's just a thing that happens. People just always break into your cars and steal whatever. It's not, like, pinned down. But that's neither here nor there.
It's always terrible when someone steals from Stacy's mother.
Yeah.
Shut up. Okay.
I don't know what comes to...
Anyway, next news person.
That'll be him.
Victor Hammer.
We meant to sound like totally Butch Lesbian there, dude.
Hammer it home, Rick. Hammer it home.
Oh, yeah. Shaking like the ball of that picture.
Don't drink Bacardi like it's a birthday. So first up, game that I'm sure Stacy made, but apparently didn't, called Cat Lateral Damage. Where it's a demo right now, but you have 2 minutes to basically play as a cat and run around and knock everything you possibly can off of a shelf.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I want it.
Does it use a pulseless breath technology?
It should. It should. That should. Yeah. What? When it comes out, they should add Oculus Rift technology. That'd be so awesome. Just walking and spotting. And then next up, in scary news, Fox has lined up writer Simon Kinberg for a movie series based on Magic the Gathering, the card game.
Okay.
Wait, a movie series, not just one.
I almost took that as news. I almost took that as news.
I know it's... Oh, no.
So you took it as something?
I made the comment with that, though, to Marcus the other day, just before we were due to record the wrestling stuff. Mm-hmm. That, in case people were wondering why it's not actually on any of our videos. But yeah, when we were recording the other day, I was mentioning to Marcus about that, and I said to him and James that I have one hope for that film.
Uh-huh.
I mentioned I don't want that to do the cliched thing and just set it within Magic the Gathering universe of all the fantasy stuff, just to try and cash in on the fact the Hobbit's out, like most fantasy series is going to be doing at this point. It's like, no. I want them to do it like the Karate Kid. I want a kid in school bullied for not having the right cards, and I want a training montage of him reading the instruction booklet in various poses, and then have him come back and beat the villain in a duel of just playing cards. No monsters come out the cards. No, he just plays them with dramatic stares.
I kind of imagine...
HR?
Yeah, it would be awesome. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome, man. Like, you're the best. As he plays like one of his cards.
I kind of imagine it would be...
You want a dramatic interpretation of people playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but
I want Yu-Gi-Oh! The TV show without monsters coming out the cards.
Yeah, that's what I said. People actually playing.
Yeah,
So, and then I tap my Badlands.
So would you have like speed metal in the background along with like dramatic music?
Simon, it'd probably be like in a world where social anxiety is prevalent, one kid shall rise up with a game like no other, Magic the Gathering, and then it'll be like training and cards and stuff, and you know, he'll be reading the manual like all actiony.
The kid like bandaged up in a wheelchair, looking out the window, sad. What happened to him? Never seen a beating so bad. I mean, he went from 200 hit points all the way down to 0 in like 2 moves. I don't think he'll recover, and you see a kid looking out the window.
He lost all his life points.
Yes.
Pretty awesome. I want to say that.
Yeah, but sadly, it's probably just going to be like The Hobbit.
It will.
Sliver death, nothing but sliver decks. Yeah.
Sliver decks. Sliver decks.
Imagine my route. My one would be so much better. Like, you could even have like Samuel Jackson playing the store owner who tries to like help the kid with like, no motherfucker, you need to get out there and you need to step up on his own terms. You need to buy this new expansion pack, motherfucker.
Then they need to rip off that scene of Avengers, and he's got to be like, your hero had the cards on him, and he like throws down bloody cards.
Yeah.
Kid's like, like, now I have to win.
Yeah.
He bands his deck together just to avenge his fallen master.
Yeah.
Yes. I would have fucking say this.
Okay, and last up, my news is the creator of Final Fantasy Tactics, Yasumi Matsuno, has a Kickstarter asking for $600,000 to make a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, well,
yes.
we got out. Nevertheless, that would be fucking cool.
Yes, that would be, because that is one of my favorite games of all time. That game, even though the translation is really squirrely and there's some completely broken shit in there, it's still an awesome game.
I think the second one was a bit more fucking broken, to be honest.
Yeah, that was the one with the judges, right?
Yeah. And like,
I didn't play much of that.
I'll admit I haven't played that because I'm not a fan of the Final Fantasy series, but based on it being called Tactics, not a number, I'm guessing there was something different about it. What type of game was that? Was that the fighting one?
No, it was more like Fire Emblem, grid-based strategy.
Cool. Which one was I thinking of? The fighting Final Fantasy?
Dissidia.
Oh, or Dissidia, yeah. I was thinking the old. But I guess Org had some fun. Yeah, it had only some Final Fantasy, I guess, yes.
Yeah.
Which was, Dissidia was okay.
Yeah.
I actually have both of them.
I only have one first Dissidia.
Nice.
But yeah, that was all my news.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, what's next on the hit list?
Ketchup.
Yeah, next we play.
This is ketchup there.
He said next we go ketchup.
Oh, ketchup. Yay! Ketchup. What are we doing on ketchup?
We talk about what games we played this week.
Hooray! Sweet. Who's first?
Go. I'll go first again. I played this week. First of all, I'll get the one people wouldn't be that as interested in out the way first. Sports Champions 1 and 2.
Nice.
Because they were on sale on PS3. It was like 15 quid for one or 7 quid for 2 of them together. I was like, fuck it, buy. I like those games because I've played the Wii Sports games and Wii Motion Plus. I've played one of the Kinect. I played the Kinect Sports one. My nephew has some stuff, but this one's just the most accurate. It's awesome. Some games are better than others. Like the boxing one was just like because when I was playing the boxing game, you couldn't fight it like an actual boxing fight. When you tried, it was like you punched him and suddenly he ate all the way through you and just fucking killed most of your health. It's like, what the fuck? And it turns out what you end up having to do is you ended up having to basically block until he loses his stamina and gets dizzy, then punch him in the face.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's not as fun. But archery's fucking awesome. Golf's fun and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Next up, my favourite one of the ones I played this week, Resident Evil Revelations.
Ooh, I've been wanting to play that. How the fuck is it?
It's fucking awesome. It's more like the old Resident Evil than the new ones. Now, they do throw in some parts of it to make it like the new Resident Evils 2, so that fans of new and old could like it. Like, there's a scene where Chris falls down a cliff and he's hurt his leg and can't get up, and then all these dogs come at him, and then you have to, like an action game, you have to quickly shoot the fuck out of all these dogs to get them out of the way. However, the very next scene, you're playing as Jill, and she has no fucking weapons. The weapons you had in episode 1 were suddenly taken off you by a plot twist at the end of the episode. I'm not going to say what it was, but they get taken off you, and then when you wake up in your room, you've got nothing. So you got that element to it. You got the element like the old Resident Evil, you have to solve some you have to solve a bit of puzzles or collect stuff to do stuff. There's also, we've added like a detective mode from Batman, and it doesn't show you the enemies, where you have to, if you scan them, and you scan enough enemy pieces with this, it builds up, and then boom, you've now got an extra health piece. There's also a multiplayer mode called Raid Mode, which I've played, it's fun. It has one problem.
What?
Matchmaking doesn't work properly. Like, if I click find a game, it doesn't work. But if you click I invite your friends, you will get in instantly. Or if you create a game, someone will get through and join your game. So I did it with the creating one. It was fun. It's basically you and your friend going through one of the levels you've played in story mode and trying to survive all these monsters by killing them. But when you're shooting them, it's not like the new ones where it's like with the Resident Evil, like the new ones like just all shooter. It's like the old ones where you're pulling out the weapon, it's actually like slow doom on the pistols.
Didn't you just contradict yourself by saying matchmaking doesn't work, but if you create a game, someone will get in? Well, if you create a game and someone gets in, obviously matchmaking works.
No. Like I said, matchmaking doesn't work. When you click find a game, most of the time it'll come up you don't have one. Sometimes you'll get through, sometimes you won't. Whereas if you create a game, you don't have to keep trying to join. You just have to wait for some fucker to get through all the matchmaking shit and join your game.
Which would be a pain in the ass. By the way, Mark...
like I said, click invite. But there's also... last thing with that game, they've also got... Like I said, last two things. It's episodic. So, like, it goes... Instead of chapters, it goes episode 1. And then you can stop. You can go do something else. When you come back to episode 2 and you play episode 2... It does like a TV show previously on Resident Evil Revelations, and the show just catches you up briefly, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
The second thing is, you can actually go into the options and change the controls. Because there's two control settings. There's shooter, and there's classic. So if you want it more like the old style buttons, you can use that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
The last game I played this week, and I'm thinking Richter may have played this. Captain Morgan and the Golden Turtle.
I have not heard of that.
Nope.
Never heard of it.
Wow, this week I'm the guy with a game no one's heard of.
Nope.
Okay, it's like the old school style point and click adventures like Monkey Island. It's kind of cool. You start off as like this young girl with like a wooden sword who's playing pirates and stuff with her friend, and she's talking about how she's going to be a captain and stuff, which is kind of fun. Then afterwards, you then cut to the next... After that bit, you then cut to a scene later on, and she's now an adult, and you're seeing her go through her life and stuff. But because it's a point-and-click story, it's pretty fun. And you also get to do some humorous stuff like you can in point-and-click. Like, for example, when your friends speak to you, suddenly your friends are now in your inventory. And when you couldn't reach a window, you pulled one of them out and placed him at the bottom. You then pulled out the girl, you placed her on top of him. And then you went with your one, and you climbed up them, because they then got called human ladder as you climbed up them to get to the window, which is kind of cool. But I don't know if many people here like those, but I fucking loved, like, the Monkey Islands and the point-and-click games. They're normally fucking cool.
I haven't played the Monkey Island games in a lot of years.
I haven't. I have recently re-downloaded them because I bought the special editions a while back. So I'll probably go through number 1 or 2 again, like in sometime in the future. But that was what I played this week.
Sweet. Okay, Old Man, go.
Baldy one Kenobi.
Okay, first up,
Yes, Old Kenobi.
Baldy one Kenobi. First up, played some more Assassin's Creed 3, almost at the end, and good lord, that game is frustrating.
Yes.
Because, so many dumb things, like, if a dog barks at you, the guards just know you're evil. That doesn't even make sense.
What?
Yeah, like if you run too close to the guards and the dog barks at you, they're just like, oh, that guy's, and then they start chasing me. And in New York, there's, I think, 4 guards every 10 feet from each other, so I end up having like a giant train of like 30 dudes chasing after me.
Too many jokes I can make.
Have you seen a horror film? Like I said, dogs can sense evil. That's why they bark at ghosts.
That does make sense.
Or nothing, you know. Because they're stupid.
But I don't think they knew that back in the 1775, but okay.
I know. It's more hilarious that when you say that, because the first game, you stood next to all these people in perfectly white, pristine outfits with your fucking assassin slash and weapons and shit, and walked through the streets, and the guards like, oh, okay, nothing's out of the ordinary here. This time, suddenly they're fucking Columbo.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
and also they can communicate wirelessly, because if one of them finds you, all of them know. And I'm like, I don't think Bluetooth was back then, but okay.
So they go from incompetent to the greatest guards ever. That's awesome.
Like the first one, I remember that I could like kill a guy, hide behind a corner. The guy would come over to investigate, be like, "Oh well, turn around, run up, kill him," and I could get like 6 guards in a row like that, all trying to investigate why their friend mysteriously died. And then this one, if a guy sees you, like, all these guys converge on you, and I'm like, good lord.
They're not human. They're mutants. They're telepathically linked. That's how they know.
So they you with 90% of all your family members?
But yeah, I don't know. I think I can beat that game, so it's not quite as bad as Revelations, where I couldn't stand it, but oh yeah, I'm probably done playing Assassin's Creed games.
What if, when you get to the end, you find out the reason the guards have been so good is because they then go and they all morph into Agent Smith, because it turns out the Adamus is the Matrix.
Then you fucking run.
Yeah, if it then turns into like Crackdown, so I can jump super high and stuff.
Yeah, you would turn into Neo.
Yes. With a knife.
If they all turn into Agent Smith, all of a sudden, all the different assassins appear because they're all your different lines, and you just hear as one voice, well, multiple voices, but one voice saying, "We are the one." And then Agent Smith shits himself.
And then
they all turn into like a giant guard, and then all the assassins form limbs like Voltron.
We are all the one, and then they all deliberately turn and look at the female assassin, except for her. She's in a non-really canon game. I mean, it's canon,
the one from the PSP one or whatever it was.
Yeah, like I said, from the PSP one, I would say, the reason I say kind of non-canon is because it's like God of War. God of War, they've had the PSP ones, and I'm sorry, it's almost like the main console ones just completely disregard everything fucking in them. Yeah. That always happens to handheld versions, which annoys me.
Yeah. But then, next game I played was Lego Marvel. And holy crap, that game is shitty. It's just so bad. Oh, good God. Yeah. Like, giant map. I just want to do a stage, and they don't mark where the stages are. The map doesn't have a legend. It's, like, when you're in the hub, though, they actually do correct split screen. But then when you're in a mission, they're like, nah, forget it, nauseating split screen.
I will admit, I don't like the dynamic split screens they've introduced in the LEGO games in recent years.
Yeah.
But I did like LEGO Marvel.
I like
That's
it
fun. I hate that game. It's fucking terrible. I can see why my kid kind of likes it, but
So would you recommend?
I love the Wolverine digs with his claws. Like I would love telling Wolverine that. Like, okay, you're gonna dig like a dog, and then he'd kill you, even though he supposedly doesn't kill people. He would kill you if you told him that he was supposed to dig in the ground like a dog.
They actually get Wolverine to dig like a fucking dog.
Yes. Like that and claw switches, which is silly in its own way. Yeah, I know.
To be fair, those two would be excused by the fact it's a Lego game. It's like in the Star Wars Lego one where you put something together and suddenly all the stormtroopers and shit burst into dance. It's like, that shouldn't happen, it's just there for fun.
I would give that more of a chance of happening than when it happened in the Batman one. Where it had the disco. But yeah. Then last up, played some more Diablo 3. Game is still good. My wife and I completed, we beat the game with her monk and my demon hunter, and then we started doing Nightmare. And for the first, half, it wasn't really that threatening. Nothing was really doing lots of damage. And then the enemies started amping up, and it's mostly because the magic and the rare enemies just start getting really annoying on the harder difficulties because they start getting more modifiers. So it's like, oh, this one can shield and has extra HP, or this one's super fast and, can teleport. And I'm like, and so they just get really friggin' annoying. And there's I don't know, we haven't really died, but it does kind of suck when I have to run around instead of shooting. And my wife's just sitting there gathering them up, and we're trying to kill them all before we run out of health. I don't know. It's just, it gets crazy. Still not, it's not impossible. I wouldn't say it's that hard, but there's a threat now, halfway through Nightmare difficulty.
Alright, cool.
That's why you need to get us higher levels so we can run you, and then they'll be markedly less of a threat.
There you go. I don't know, dude. 4-player was harder than 2-player.
It is, but because you have 4 players, it evens out.
Well, if we stick together, but we don't do that.
Okay, Marky Mark. Okay, Marky Mark over there, he normally just goes for the Leroy James approach. And then when he misses, he's like, goddamn targeting.
So usually he's he's usually, okay, I've looked through my inventory. Where is everybody?
Yeah.
We're we're not in town anymore. He's like, neither am I. We're like, well, we're at the boss. He's like, oh, and he's running.
Yeah. Mo's right, let's do this shit, man. Let's be badass mofos.
Mo's more the Leroy Jenkins because he's just fuck it, going in.
What's funny is usually Mole goes in one direction and Crispy will go in another. So, I'm just I follow one, I'm I shouldn't follow just one, so I ping pong between them.
Yeah, that's because, ironically, Crispy would be more like the Leroy one. He goes off, I'm trying to follow you guys, and I see one dot over there where Jeff's pissing around with his inventory, another dot where Richter and his wife, or where Richter is, and I see a dot where Crispy is, so I'm like, fuck it, I just go towards one of them.
Pretty
and
much.
That's ironic considering you should be the one leading the party, Mole, because you're the fucking monk. You should be going in first, you're the melee character.
Yes, but I can't lead the party if the party's not there.
Yeah, Crispy does.
True.
I'll run off. He's like, I'm the mage, I can do this. And I'm like, yes, but where are you going?
That's awesome.
I'll shoot everybody. I mean, I don't think anyone's... Well, no, we did have a couple deaths, but it is funny. If you, look away from the screen at all, they'll wander off. Everyone is a child when we're playing.
Yeah, no, I will...
What's over there?
I will give Crispy credit when we play in splits. When we play with, local co-op and stuff, he normally stays with me. Yeah, it's just on multiplayer with when you add 2 extra people, which means there's 2 extra people splitting up. It's okay, they split up, I'm going to split up too.
Yeah.
Instead of I should join one of them, it's everyone has the mentality, if they split up, I will split up too.
See, because we're on normal difficulty, that's not too big a deal. If we ever make it to Nightmare and Crispy does that, I say we let him go and let him die. Because he will get fucking slaughtered on Nightmare if he goes off by himself.
I'll have to level up my character so I can join you guys.
I'd also say if we did that on Nightmare difficulty, you can't piss around and leave us.
I need to fucking buy Diablo 3 and get a PSN account. So
it is a good game.
Yay.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking hard games, okay, for me, anyone mind if I go first?
Hey, you just skip me, whatever,
Oh, yeah, well, beat me before age and all that, darling. So.
Yes, Grandma.
It doesn't matter as long as one of the girls goes.
I know.
Huh.
Ladies, you're both pretty.
Right, for me,
Don't be jealous, Jeff. Oh, don't be jealous, Marcus. You're still our woman.
I'm not Jim.
You fucking well are, dude.
I know, you're paying attention.
Nice.
That is true.
He's at work somewhere going I think I just got burned.
Jeff's the good version of Scrappy-Doo. I.e. Jade from Jackie Chan Adventures.
He said I was paying attention. According to Wikipedia, paying attention was first established as a word back in Shakespeare's play. But no, go Simon.
Right. Okay, for me, I'm playing Dark Souls and Demon Souls at the moment, and fuck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck me sideways twice, not literally, before anyone makes a comment or a joke.
Ah, damn.
I was just taken back by the fact you weren't playing like Fashion Girls on the DS or something.
Style heavy.
Yeah, the style games.
Yeah.
I had to play that way too much.
I don't want to know how the hell why you even playing those games, but anyway.
Because I was paid.
Fair enough. Okay, holy shit, man. I'm getting my ass killed shitloads on those games. They're fun. I hate the fact that there isn't an actual pause, because it punishes like crazy. Seriously, like, me, when I first played fucking Demon's Souls recently, bought it for the first time, again, because I sorry, I'll get into that another time. But anyway, I was like, right, yes, fuck, I'm getting killed here. Right, block, because I hate blocking a lot of the time. I know, not a very smart move, but for me it's all attack, kill, right, go, move. At this point I'm having to actually fucking defend, and I'm like, shit, right, how the fuck do I pause?
And
Are you playing as a melee character?
I think I was, let's see, brain, web, copy feed, Demon Souls, Wanderer, correction, Dark Souls, Wanderer, Demon Souls, Magician.
There's a lot of souls.
Learn how to roll. Roll away and then fire. Roll is your friend.
That's why I'm blasting them with magic.
I agreed with you, Simon. My opinion, every game needs a fucking pause button. As far as I'm concerned, you press start and it pauses. By the way, Simon, enjoy your PS4.
Thanks. You vicious bastard.
I'm sorry, it's just that still annoys me, the fact they've removed the start button. Damn them.
Wait, really? I heard about that, but I didn't think they actually had.
Yeah, it's because the options button now does the same thing, and the touchpad now does what select sometimes does, but it's like, it's like, what? No. Just
so how do
no.
you pause? You press the options button to pause?
Yep.
Huh?
But sometimes...
Okay.
To me, start and select are one of those things that if you tell someone, then like if you're like, press the select button, and they have to go, which one's the select button? You're like, get out of here.
Yeah. But
this has a back button. I don't care what's on the Xbox controller. It's a select button.
yeah, it's start select. That's what I always refer to them as.
It's not a plus button. It's not back. It's start and select.
Yeah, like with Wii, I still refer to plus and minus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm also playing Silent Hill 2 for the first time. I know, fucking old school, but I have never played before, and I've just bought it recently. Holy shit, I'm scared out of my wit's end. Like, seriously, because you know how when you start out, first thing you fucking do, you go for a fucking phone, and all that shit, and then the fucking radio going off like a crazy bitch, well, kind of like says it. Fucking repeat.
What game is this?
Silent Hill 2. Keep up. I'll have to kill you. Yeah. So whenever the fucking enemies are coming at me, I'm like, right, kill the bastard. Dead? Right, hit them one more time. Yes, they're not moving. Wait, they're twitching. Right, hit them again. Move on.
Sounds like me when I was playing Amnesia.
I've not played that.
Too, huh? You think that's scary? You should play the original.
What scares Simon the most, though, is all that blood and stuff right near his fabulous footwear.
No, fuck the footwear. I'm just thinking,
he's like, no, my silver Gucci loafers, no!
I'll never get these stains out.
Okay, just to clarify for the audience at home, I do not own Gucci loafers.
No, that zombie ate that orphan. I was going to eat that orphan.
Simon does, in fact, own silver shoes. He did not deny that he owns silver shoes.
Let me finish. I do not own silver shoes either. I do, however, own Julian MacDonald loafers. Black ones. Moving on. Shut up, all of you.
Is he the guy that played Cole?
Wow.
You absolute tosser.
I'm sorry, they sounded similar enough I had to make the comment.
Okay. But yeah, I'm delighted to be playing Xpound 2, and I cannot wait to play more of it. Here's some worse than just playing it normally. Playing it when you're drunk. Holy shit, it's even fucking worse.
I think Simon's breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, motherfuckers. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, you're just breaking up a little bit.
Alright, sorry. Okay, I was playing it last weekend. I had one day off. Thank God. But holy mother of shit, because I was drinking scotch. I was like, right, I need something to take the edge off. I'm tired. I need to kind of be a bit more lively. And I thought, right, drink scotch, play Silent Hill 2. Great combination. Worst fucking idea I've ever had in years. Next to listen to anything that Jeff or Jim say. Worst idea ever. It's up there. Trust me.
I want you to record yourself playing it now.
You sound like you'd enjoy that far too much. Yeah.
No, be like, oh my god, darling, run for your life, or something like that, or like...
No, there was no darlings. There was just flat out cursing and thinking, oh shit, run.
That was almost as bad as that time when your friend Michael Bay said to you, hey, read my Transformers script, let me know what you think. And you were just like, fuck yeah, I've got opera crits. Yeah, it's great, run it just like this.
Yeah, me and Bay, we go way back. Good man.
Yeah.
I'll call the homies up.
Simon's always hanging out in the bay.
Oh yeah, that's what we do. In the bloody northeast of England where it's fucking freezing. And I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not from London.
It doesn't matter that you're in England. He's Michael Bay. He'll CGI himself in place.
True, he would. That motherfucker.
It's with an explosion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody actually fucking make that, and I will bloody hug that son of a bitch.
I like to think, if anyone is actually friends with Michael Bay, I like to think what he does is he sends them a green screen on wheels that they can lead around, and then just digitally edits himself back in there later on.
Michael Bay doesn't photobomb, he explosion bombs.
Nice. Awesome. And, there was one more game that I recently got. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I finally got the damn game. Sorry, Phil.
Oh, nothing. I didn't really like Revengeance, but I was going to say that's kind of ironic you just said that.
Like that.
When I was cleaning up part of my room earlier today, and I was like, oh, what? I forgot about this drawer. And I opened up one of the drawers in my bedroom. I found a big fucking stack of PS1 games, including all the Metal Gear games.
If you want to send them to me, feel free to. You've got my address.
Nope, I'm good.
But yeah, I've started playing that, and I've also got back into playing Peace Walker. Metal Gear, anyone?
Yep.
PSP? Thank God, yeah.
I've not played it, but I do know.
Yeah, Peace Walker. It's like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, just with flowers.
I think that was the one that had the Monster Hunter crossover mission, and that was like the only part I wanted to play.
Yeah. That was quite fun, actually. Yeah, Rising with Vengeance. Love the music, because it's all like...
All hard rock stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But me, I'm a metalhead. Campness aside, I fucking love my rock and metal, so... I'm like, yes.
And I'm going to say this is slightly off topic. I'm going to say, Richter, you just gave me a brilliant fucking idea.
Uh-huh.
Monster Hunter for Xbox, okay?
Uh-huh.
And when you find the monsters, you then have to beat them in dance contests.
Capcom will do it, don't worry.
That would be awesome. I want to see that.
Yeah, especially if it's like they're still the huge ass monsters. They just now suddenly do break dancing and shit.
Can someone please pitch that? I think that would be fucking awesome.
And if you lose, instead of saying game over or you fail, it just says you got served.
Yeah.
By the way, has anyone here played Dishonored? Because I'm thinking of getting it.
Yes, I love that game.
I will warn you. I will say to you, Simon. Well, not warn you. I will say to you, Simon. If you're gonna get Dishonored, make sure you've got your PSN account. You keep saying, go onto the store and buy it there because it's in the January sale over here on the PS3 store. You can get Dishonored for about £7 or £8, or you can get Dishonored with the Game of the Year edition stuff for like an extra 50p.
Nice. Alright, cool.
Yeah, I think it's around the 8 to 12 in terms of price. But it's there, and the Game of the Year edition's so fucking cheap on there that I thought you'd want that to get all the DLC.
Awesome.
By the way, Simon, when you get that game, make sure you save often, especially if you plan to stealth the game, because you will be quitting and reloading a lot.
Yep. You have 10 save slots. Use them well.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, know how to use your powers.
Wait.
I thought that sucked because of all the stuff.
That's Stacy's reason.
Yeah.
That's not real logic. That's Stacy reason.
Wait. Are you guys actually telling me that you literally only get to save like 10 times and then after that you're fucked?
No, just different slots. You can save as much as you want. You just have 10 separate slots. And the DLC gets its own separate slots, which is...
So we're just saying save...
I used my own 10 halfway through and had to rewrite some.
You dumbass. Oh, I have also bought Uncharted 1 at long last. But I'll tell more about the story as to what happened with the disc and all that. But anyway, yeah, I started playing Uncharted 1. Loving it so far.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me done.
Okay, cool.
And Drake's hot. Episode.
So games.
It's like
A talking raccoon. Sorry.
So games that I've played this week are I played Minecraft a whole lot. Oh my god, so much Minecraft. Basically, I finally linked my two cities in the town with like rail carts and powered rail carts, which take a shit ton of gold and iron, like a whole hell of a lot of that. But I managed to get a lot, so that's awesome now. And it takes like maybe like a whole minute or to get from one part of the town to other on the minecart. So you can tell how much it would be if you were walking or running.
And if you hadn't regularly gymmed your Skype, I probably would have joined you for a good portion of that.
Yeah, sorry. It's just my frickin' phone signs in on Skype now, and I forget that it's on a lot of time.
And if you hadn't been
I noticed you're on Minecraft. Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
No, I told her I'll play on Minecraft sometime this week.
Yeah, it should be fun. Anyway, so I've been doing like a whole of that. I found some ocelots, man. I caged them and put them in my frickin' house. I brought them back too. So I got the cute little kitties.
That will eat your face off if you let them out.
They didn't eat my face off. They were like just chill, you know? I mean, if you attack them, then they'll kill you, but like, I didn't.
Did you bring back two so they'd mate?
Yeah, and they made 3 babies.
Yep.
So, yeah. So then I have like all that, and it's so much fun. I made my house like frickin' like another layer, so now it's all. I made this big ass fountain too, so I'm like all pimping like my giant ass fountain in my house, and it's like all luxurious and stuff. Like, man, I'm the mad now. You make a fountain. I made a fountain because you have to put the like water block, and then like the water will flow down, but you can delete the stuff underneath it because the water it's not like, you know, goes to gravity, so like then it just does that. But yeah, so it's a really big awesome fountain, and so I've been doing that a whole lot. Then I've been playing Diablo 3 as a demon hunter, and I've been playing that a lot. I just keep spamming, like, I find, like, one attack I keep spamming is, like, the Gatling gun. That's what I call it. I forget what the, official, like, ability is called, but it's just Gatling gun everyone, pretty much, with, like, arrows or whatever. Like, everyone dies. Like, whoosh.
Oh, yeah, the machine gun move is the best one.
It is, yeah, so I'm pretty much using that. And I just recently switched from the Templar to, I got this, like, mage chick, so I got some desert mage chick now I switched to. I don't know if she's any good, so I'll try her out.
Did you learn their names yet?
I don't know their names. Like, how do you find their names? Like,
they tell you. The Templar dramatically tells you his name is Cormac.
Cormac,
I always remember John Dar just because he's like, John Dar. I don't know that guy.
I don't even know.
And Lyndon is the scoundrel, I think.
I don't know. Oh, that's a name. Okay. That's the name of my doctor. Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Oh. Don't trust your doctor.
No, you never trust people who make more money than you.
That's everyone than you.
Yes, I don't trust anyone. This is why I'm paranoid. But so I've been playing that, and I don't know, I look so freaking awesome. I just got this crown thing, so I put it on myself, so I'm like awesome now, you know?
Oh, you have the crown?
Yeah.
So it's instant awesome just at a crown.
Yes, like I was already awesome, but now I'm even more awesome, you know? I'm like, you do what I tell you to do. So, yeah.
She meant to sound like she was trying to be Gwen Stefani.
It's just so much fun killing everything, man. And then I've been getting back into Mass Effect 1 on the PC. Man, I'm so annoyed there's still no Joker relationship. Man, I want a romance Joker. Screw everybody else. And
ma'am.
What?
Ma'am. Take a shot every time she says the word ma'am. Sadly, I can't guess, ma'am. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, ma'am. What the hell am I still doing up, ma'am?
Okay. So, yeah, Seth Green, man. Why can't you romance him? Because you want to, that's why you can't. And then
you'd break him.
I would break him. I'd break him in his Volix syndrome, man. There'd be pelvic bones all over the place.
What?
Yeah, I don't think he wants that,
Death
so that's probably why.
Come on, death by Snoo Snoo.
Can't romance him because in the second game he romances the ship.
Yeah, he does. And in the third game he officially romances her, but she gets the body, you know.
Yep, which is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I say, you know what? If I can have her, at least Edie can have her because I approve of that, you know. So I really
techno fetish.
Hells yeah. If anything, you know, they did imply that, Edie's, parts are soft and, you know, they're not, cold and hard metal. They're actually, you know, because one of the engineers...
the best sex dolls usually are.
Because one of the engineers had to, clean her and service her, so the engineer Adams was asking if her breasts are, soft or, cold hard metal and stuff, and, you know...
He just gave you a wink and a nod and a finger.
Yeah, because I think it's Engineer Adams. It's the Scottish one, whatever his name is. So.
Okay, Mo, just off topic for a minute. Sorry to interrupt. Mo, thank you so much for bringing me into this.
You're welcome. It was about time our audience got to see our big gay audience. I mean, I'm sure Glad's happy.
Probably.
In the first game, I don't like the romance options at all, because it's just, if you're a female chef, which I'm playing, you only get, Hayden, who's a douche, and you get, freaking Liara, who pretends, her romance in the first one's fine, but in the third one, she blue balls you like nobody's business. Yeah, we're just friends, even though we had a relationship established, blah, blah, blah.
He also does something really fucking offensive in the first game.
What?
The fact... If you romanticize the straight women, it'll give you ding trophy. If you romanticize the straight men, ding trophy. If you do bisexuals, you don't get anything because they're saying they don't count as much.
Aww.
That's why they admitted to the second one and third one and stuff. They were like, yeah, we realised that, and they've given the trophies to them too. But that's kind of offensive.
Well, see, what I want, and I would love, I'd be, totally, I'll admit this right now, I'll be totally lesbian for Tally, man. Tally's awesome. But you can't have her, she's only straight.
And she's, 14 or something.
Tally's, she's gone her right through pilgrimage, and she's, at least, I'm gonna say, between the ages of 16 and 19, probably.
So she's jailbait?
Yeah, I guess. I think it's still legal.
Not on the Citadel, baby.
To be fair, Simon, 16's legal here.
And she gives consent. It's not like you're raping her, so it's okay.
Aww.
I mean, yeah, she still gets...
It was only surprise things.
Well, see, like, another thing is, like, that when, like, she has to have sex, she has to go outside her environmental suit, so she's probably gonna get seriously, like, maybe, like, a cold, or, like, suffer a lot of problems, because she can't, like, she has no natural immune system, she has to wear an environmental suit all the time. So, like, I saw
if
this...
if she took off her environmental suit to avoid diseases and stuff, and then straight away had sex with, like, Simon, that's like fucking going from cold to boiling fucking hot. I mean, he has more STDs than Paris Hilton.
Well, I was thinking, like, I saw this one,
I was gonna say thank you, but as soon as you mentioned the STDs, it's off.
Well, I saw this one comic where it shows her, she's like horribly sick and she's got like a cold and everything and she's like the chicken soup and stuff and she's been sick for weeks and because that, and when the commander ship comes right next to her and she goes, yup, it was totally worth it, and I'm like, oh, and then she sneezes and hits her suit and it gets all gross and you know. But like, yeah, so anyway, since I can't have her, the only choice is Gare Bear. Man, my Garrus, yeah. Oh, I love Garrus.
I would have never guessed. And again, Garrus does have a pretty sexy voice. And again, on the male spectrum, I think I gotta go with Jacob.
Ew, he's a freaking, like, whiny, douchey daddy issues. Boo-hoo-hoo, my dad never loved me, blah, blah, blah. That's all I ever talk about. Go have sex with your dad then, you know? Seriously, that's all you care about is your dad. Just go be
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate bear. That's all I need to say.
Chocolate bear with daddy issues. Oh, God, I can't get over it.
Say it with me. Say it with me.
He's not even that hot.
Bear.
He's
Thank
not
you, Jay.
that hot at all. Because, like, I don't like overly muscular guys, so, I mean, maybe he'd be hot for you if you like guys in, like, pristine physical condition, which he is, and I can appreciate it for what it is, but I don't find it really as physically attractive, you know, as more leaner guys. But
Hi, Jim.
to each oh my God, now that just makes me want to commit suicide.
They're getting references right now, and they're not even here to pull back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So,
But,
yeah, I'm probably gonna go on this.
Yeah.
So that's all the games that I've been playing.
Cool.
Nice.
How about Marky?
Okay, Mark.
What about me?
Games
What do you
played.
think?
Let's see. I've been playing a bit of Defiance on my PS3. Yeah, that's a fun game. It's an MMO shooter. My only complaint with that game so far is that it seems to be heavily multiplayer based, which, I mean, it is an MMO, but it's like, I don't want to have to turn every corner and wish I had a team behind me so I don't get raped by randomly spawning bad guys in my face.
I know what you're saying with that, but saying an MMO, it'd be good if it wasn't for this multiplayer. That's like Stacy's with the Dishonored would have been good if it wasn't for this stealth.
No, I said heavily multiplayer focused. As in, I think they went a little too far with it, where basically you have to have a team just to get from point A to point B. Never mind actually doing the mission.
Yep.
And then it doesn't help that when you go into mission zones, half the time there could be a random arcfall nearby, so you get really screwed if you don't have a team.
Nice.
The Arcfalls were fun.
They're fun when you're not trying to avoid them to do your mission.
So it's like sex. It's fun when you don't get raped.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's like sex with, well, Jim. Basically.
Oh my God! So you want to kill yourself?
Yes.
I mean, it's a good game. I'm having fun with it. I downloaded some of the DLC. I wish it wasn't so hard to get a sword. God, it's annoying.
Is that a euphemism?
Ah.
Heyo.
Well, he is
Right.
the Asian Mark Mero.
True. Yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I've
Jimmy?
been playing that. I recently got back into WWE 2K14 finally, because I downloaded all that DLC and playing Universe Mode now. It's fun when it works, except that I seem to be getting the black screen of death a lot, which is pissing me off.
I've had that, or loading screens of death and stuff. It's horrible and you have to say when it works.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty much the only reason why I haven't been playing it as much as I'd like to. Because I'm actually having fun with the Universe Mode when it works. but the game I've been playing actually a lot recently, and I just recently finished, was Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds on my 3DS.
Woo!
That game was awesome. I think it's overrated, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that. I'd like to do a review of it sometime, but it's a really, really good game. The story is really good. It is Legend of Zelda, so.
By all means, you have my permission to that one game, because I may or may not get it.
Yay! The Gaming Grotto presents. So I may be doing that review in the near future, folks. As part of the Gaming Grotto. I guess on my own as part of the Gaming Grotto. But it is a good game.
Go forth with my blessing, young one. Or old one, in your case.
The Asian Mark Marrow presents A Link Between Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Go forth, I will.
I was thinking more.
Bring balance, I will.
So he's like an Asian Yoda, basically? Is that right?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he's an Asian Mark Marrow. I don't know why.
Like it was...
That's like one of the meanest things you could say to somebody.
That's the meanest thing you can say to someone. Oh, come
One
on.
of them, yeah.
Mark Marrow was in the original DX before they turned to shit.
If I get Sable as a wife, I'm okay with that.
You don't.
And then
You get-
lose
you-
to Brock Lesnar.
You get Richter.
Wait, shouldn't it be the from Richter? Because I suppose that you're okay, Sim. That's the effort. So what else have you been playing? Oh, that's only more.
That's pretty much it. I've just been continuing to play STO, like I have been last time. But of course, it's an MMO, so it's ongoing.
Until the servers close down.
Pretty much.
Not that that one's in the risk of saying. I just meant when you say it's an MMO, it's continuous. I'm like, yeah. Sadly, some of them have closed down.
Yeah.
It makes me
So
sad.
I have,
It's a good one.
yeah. I have played some Diablo 3 with the others, as you've heard our conversations here. So, surprisingly enough, I am enjoying the PS3 version. They translated it to the console very well. I'm glad they learned from their past mistakes with StarCraft and decided to completely redo the controls for console. Thank you, Blizzard. It made it fun because the controls actually work instead of you fighting with the controls, wishing you had a mouse. But yeah, I did. And of course, the changes they made to the balances and to just overall changes they made to the game itself, which I believe most, if not all, the changes have now been made on the PC version. What was a long time coming was needed, like getting rid of the auction house and all that. So I approve. And of course, Minecraft. Been playing with them too. That game is incredibly fun. But yeah, that's about all I've been playing. Really spending most of my time with Zelda, trying to finish that, and I did finish it.
Oh,
So
Marcus, another thing to tell you. When you're playing Minecraft, I found that if you just have if lava burns on like any kind of stone with a redstone on it, it instantly turns to obsidian. So boom, I have like an instant obsidian generator now.
So it only turns redstone into obsidian. Okay.
Well, yeah, whatever. Obviously, it hits like the next block over. Like when it pours, just put on redstone on whatever the next block over is that it lands on, and boom, instant obsidian.
Wow.
And redstone's really plentiful. At least I found it to be.
But isn't it easier to just do it with water?
Yeah, but I have structurally to comprise it, it's more space confined and it's easier to do. Space wise, take up less space.
Awesome.
We can discuss that later.
Okay.
Yes, we can. Can we?
Yeah.
We can, our British ditto.
British Ditto.
Yes.
What the hell are wrong with it?
Because Ditto sleeps with everyone.
Ah.
I hate you.
He does, he sleeps with everyone, everything, regardless of gender or race. He's like, nope, it doesn't matter.
He's an Asari? No.
I'm not the damn Todd. You son of a bitch.
Captain Jack Harkness.
Yeah. I can't even tell you what I'm thinking now.
Wait, isn't that John Barrow?
He's naked William Dafoe.
Yes.
No, no,
Just for one of our past references.
no. Nick
Okay,
Williams Defoe is shriveled up and
Okay, note
How
Naked
would you
William
know?
Dafoe. That's a good question. How would you know?
Antichrist. Don't watch it.
Okay.
Okay, on that unsettling note.
A discussion.
Yeah.
Just what?
It was, are video game companies too afraid to take risks nowadays? Because the common thought is that video games now, it's always the same type of game, there's nothing new. I don't know how everyone feels about that though.
I don't think video game companies are scared to take risks. I think they're too stupid to take risks.
Interesting. Elaborate.
Well, because I think video games are still willing to take risks. They may be a little more afraid than they may have been in the past because of all the, the censorship and all the citizen groups, like the mother groups and shit popping up being like, you better not give this crap to our kids. But for the most part, they're still pushing the envelope and they're still taking risks. But I think a lot of them, especially because I noticed a trend in video games. I think Nintendo more than other ones, but in most games, that they're kind of taking the WWE route and trying to target a younger audience, and in doing so, they're kind of self-censoring themselves, and by doing that, they're not taking risks.
And technically with that, don't you mean it's the Activision ones who are doing that?
What do you mean?
I mean, the fact that, don't you remember that recent poll thing where it said most of the Nintendo games, the percentage of them that are adults is a lot higher than the percentage of Call of Duty fans who are adults.
True. I'm just saying in general because, in general, Nintendo's always been the more family-friendly games. And that's not necessarily, hey, their game's bad.
Yeah, I was arguing that the fact, I'd say they're family-friendly without being kiddie. They're like the Pixar.
No. Well, that's the thing, is Nintendo knows how to do it right because they've been doing it all their life.
Yeah. But
whereas these other games are now like, oh, we have to watch ourselves, you have to be kiddie-friendly, but we don't know how, and they end up making crap games.
That's not what I meant by taking risks.
I don't know.
What I meant by taking risks was, for example, they took a big risk with a game like Minecraft, because it was like, okay, that's something they haven't done before. It was something big. What's going on there? And they took the risk, which sometimes you get people take the risks and try a whole new type of genre of game or something completely new, and it just won't sell. Whereas, like, for example, they took it with Minecraft, it worked, and now how many Minecraft clones or series are there? Like, for example, just come out on PlayStation Plus is Don't Starve, which you can tell is heavily influenced by Minecraft. It's not the same type of game, but you can tell they've been heavily influenced, if that makes sense. It's like Minecraft for people from Hot Topic.
Kind of.
Gothcraft?
Pretty much. Pretty much Gothcraft without actually being for the cool goths. It's more for the emo goths that just do it because it's cool.
I was thinking when you said about risk taking, I was thinking, well, I'd wish there was like an increase in new IPs and stuff, and people could be more risk taking that way,
Yeah, that's what I was on about. They could take risks with like new types of games and stuff like that, which I would argue I don't know if it's changed nowadays or not, because like Richter, you remember back on like the NES and the SNES and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mario was successful.
Mm-hmm.
How many games like Mario did we have? Like Bob's Be the Bobcat, and all these other types of games that you could tell were influenced by the Mario types of game. Like even Sonic, was influenced by Mario.
Yep.
Mario and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
In the later ones, yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan.
From number 2 onwards.
Yeah.
I think my argument still holds that there is a little bit of fear there, the fear of the unknown, the fear of, will this stuff sell? But I think it's more stupidity or laziness over fear, and it's more, they look at see what works, what sells, what makes money, and they jump on that bandwagon. I mean, take Halo, for instance. Halo came along, that put shooters on the console map, and all of a sudden, shooters started popping up and right because, holy shit, shooters sell.
I thought GoldenEye did that.
Yes.
GoldenEye tried. It was a good game. I think Halo's the one that really put it on the console map, though.
I agree Halo popularized it now.
Yeah, but GoldenEye was the shit, man. That was freaking amazing.
GoldenEye was awesome. But it didn't put shooters on the map. It introduced shooters to the console, but it didn't put it on the map. Because they tried to port Doom and a couple other things, which went okay. But Halo was I think Halo was the first overly successful shooter on the console, and that's what made other companies like Activision or whatever take a look at that and be like, oh shit, shooters sell and they're hella popular and they make money. Let's make one.
Yeah, it's the same reason everything became a sandbox game after GTA 3.
Exactly. Yep. And like you said, the Mario games, and then the Zelda clones, cough, Darksiders, cough. And that's not to say Darksiders was bad, but I mean, it was heavily influenced by Zelda, and I'm sorry Zelda did it better, but Darksiders was still a good game. And you can tell who the smart companies, what the smart companies are. You can tell which companies have the ability to innovate and aren't afraid to go outside the box. And it's the companies that the first game they make, heavily influenced from whatever they're influencing from, be it Mario, Zelda, or whatever. But then they're actually able to take that core and expand it in a way the original didn't. Because a lot of platformers came out based around the Mario, but they've gone so far beyond that they created their own identity, like the Jak and Daxter games, and like a lot of what Sony did. Sony innovated in ways that Nintendo didn't with those games, but it's because it's a different game and they made it their own game.
Yeah, but with that, it's still like you mentioned with Darksiders and Zeldas. It's like you look at Jak and Daxter, Mario still does it better.
True. Mario's always the original's always gonna do the core better.
Is that thing with the meerkat? Is that thing with the meerkat and like the?
No, let's compare to meerkat.com.
No, like
Simples.
No, but like that's that thing with the meerkat and like the blonde dude, right?
Am I the only one? Am I the only one assuming Simon's the only one that knows that advert?
I am.
Compare to meerkat, no, it's Simples.
That's what I think. I am the only one who can.
Yeah.
But that is the game you guys are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But see, I also think part of it, and I hate to say this because I know this technically takes the responsibility out of the company's hands, but I think part of it's also the users.
I can agree with that.
Because it's like the same thing with films and the same thing with games now. Sequels always fucking outsell anything that's new.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, video game companies are emulating Hollywood.
Yep.
They bank on sequels, unfortunately, because, I mean, they are companies, they are trying to make money, so I can't fault them for that, but
yeah,
sometimes they especially in the past couple of years, they seem to rely too much on sequels.
Final Fantasy 27 coming soon.
Yeah, like for the biggest selling games this year, the biggest one was GTA 5, a sequel, followed by like stuff like Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff, all fucking sequels, which is pretty bad. Because like you said, they're emulating Hollywood. Like I said, I hate saying it because it takes the responsibility out of their hands, but I understand it because it's like, why do people think like that? Why do people think I must buy a sequel?
Because I think they want something more predictable. Like, they want to know what they're getting, so they're less likely to try something new because they're not sure if they'll like it.
Well, I think, Mole, I think it's because the fear isn't in the eyes and the hearts of the developers. The fear comes from the consumer. It's the consumer afraid for change, afraid to try something new. They want something they're used to, and they want something stagnant. Well, not stagnant, but consistent. So if all of a sudden they're going to change the franchise, it's like, oh my god, don't touch my childhood.
It's like that,
To be fair, you screamed that out with the Zelda timeline.
It's like
And I
that
was right.
episode of
When you played it, you were like, "Oh my god, my childhood!"
And I was right.
like that episode of Futurama, like single female lawyer. This change scares us and it is unfamiliar. We like things to go back to exactly how they were.
But to be
Well, I think
fair,
that it's not only the consumer. I think actually the publishers have that fear because the publishers are the one that really want their money. The devs, a lot of times, they want enough money to make a game. They don't care much beyond that. The publishers are like, we need a return.
I can agree
Well,
with
the fear
that.
is a trickle-down effect because the consumers are afraid to try something new. The publishers know this, and they know that there's that fear, and so they're afraid to allow the developers to do anything new because they know the consumer's fearing.
Yeah, it's like...
And with that fear, it won't sell.
It's like a big example of this would be Skylanders.
Mm-hmm.
It was something new. It was something pretty innovative, whether or not you like it or not, doesn't matter. It was innovative. It used the figured the TV technology thing. Cool. They launched it under the banner of Spyro, so it was an established brand. He wasn't even meant to be in that game at first. They just put him on there so they could put Spyro's Adventure, and people would be like, "It's a Spyro game. I can trust it."
Also, the first wave of figures was tremendously underproduced because they didn't think it would sell that much. And when it did, they had to scramble and oh crap, and they had to try to get shipments out and ramp up production so they had enough that people could buy them.
Well, I think a lot of it too is that the companies, I don't know if it's the developers or the publishers or both, I think they're getting too comfortable. And I think it also has to do with the longevity of the industry, because the industry's been around for so long that... Because if you remember back in when video games first came about, Richter, I know you and I remember this because, well, we're old. But at the genesis of video games, there was nothing. There was maybe some PC games, but there was no console. Nintendo was like the first big one to hit it. Nintendo and Genesis, Sega, and so the developers and publishers had to be original. They had to come up with shit because there was nothing there. But now, even little startup companies, they don't have to be original if they don't want. They can just take something established and run with it. And I think they're getting a little too comfortable doing that. And I think that might be a little bit of where that fear is coming from. Well, we want it to sell. Let's go with something established because that will sell.
Do you realize that at the time when video games first started as well, with around the time of Commodore 64 and even before that, the first few games that came out, some of them were innovative, but then they did the same thing. Like back in with the black and white screen and stuff, how many of those games involved a triangle in space shooting shit before someone tried something new? And then we had Pac-Man. Because they were like, okay, let's make a character, let's make a mascot, let's give it a face, let's colour it in. And that's, which means that's why I was arguing, I think they've always done that.
Well, I was going to say, what about text-based adventures, man?
True. I mean, like I said, I preferred the SNES era gaming and stuff, but it's
once something is...
Sorry, I think that was some sort of lag at the same time. Oh. It's cool, you go.
Oh, I was going to say that whenever something's successful, there's always going to be people trying to ride the coattails and copy it. So I don't even think that's so much from a fear aspect of that's partially greed. So that's why there's 8 million Minecraft clones, especially on the iPhone and Android store and stuff, is because people are like, oh, we can cash in on that. So part of that's greed.
That's what James and Jeff said with WXR.
Hey-o.
Oh, we're doing a radio show. We can cash in on that.
Who came up with the idea? What was it? Who came up with the idea for WXR? Was it the guy who came up with XGR?
Was it Simon?
So it's Tetris versus Hexic?
There you go.
Well, I'm a publisher, Marcus. I need to make sure my sequels work.
Yeah.
But no, it's a case of, like Richter said, anything successful works. And then you also get some which are just so blatantly heartless with their fucking rip-offs, like Haze. They tried to be fucking... they tried so bad to be the PlayStation version of Halo. And it's funny, because the people who make Halo, Bungie, they're now going multi-platform with Destiny, and it looks just like a Halo clone.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually leads me into the next thing I was going to say, is that I think a lot of established companies are falling into a pitfall trap of not innovating like they used to. Because a lot of these companies innovated when they first hit the scene. You know, like Bungie with Halo and stuff like that. But as the years have worn on, it's like, let's make a new game. Well, what are we going to make? Make something that sell? Well, we know Halo. Let's make a Halo-type game. And it seems to me like a lot of the big publishers, a lot of the ones that hit it big, that innovated in other ways and whatnot, seem to me to be going back to the tried and true. And that kind of makes their stuff stagnant. It's like, okay, we know you can do this stuff. Can you do something else?
To be fair,
they want to feed all their employees.
Yeah. And to be fair, some of that maybe they're just really good at it. It's like, look at BioWare. I mean, like Mass Effect 1 wasn't that fucking innovative. It was Knights of the Old Republic 3, but they made it into a separate game. Dragon Age, not that innovative. Whenever they come out with their next game, it's not Dragon Age or Mass Effect, not that innovative, because they're still using the same BioWare formula they've used in all these other games. But they're so fucking good at it that you don't care if it's not innovative, because it's not as heartless as, say, like I mentioned, Haze. It's actually something that works, and they do a damn good job at it.
Yeah, those are good games.
like I said, Mass Effect 1 to 3, or Dragon Age 1 and 2, not that innovative, but I guarantee you would say they were fun or good.
Yeah, they are.
I'll tell you what I kind of miss.
What's that?
Corporate cashing games.
Chester Cheetah.
Yeah, like who remembers?
Spot.
Yeah, Cool Spot, and what was it, like Mac and something Global Gladiator or whatever the fuck it was on the Mega Drive or Genesis, where they were people with guns and laser guns, but yet it was somehow McDonald's branded.
One of my favorite corporate games, and I don't know if Richter will remember this. You guys may or may not. I don't know if it was for your time, but I don't know if id Software actually made it, but it was like a Doom style clone for Chex cereals.
What?
I have to ask. What
you remember that,
Chex
Richter?
Cereal?
Oh, I know what that is. It's like a cereal over here.
I do not. I don't remember that game.
You played a guy. He had like space armor or whatever. But basically, you were trying to save the Chex cereal from these aliens, like milk aliens and stuff like that. And you had like upgradable like electro sporks and stuff. It was awesome. Like you literally, one of your weapons was a metal spork with energy around it. It was awesome.
And ironically, I would kind of make the argument that those corporate games, like the ones that turned fucking McDonald's into whatever the fuck that was with the goo guns and shit, they're actually ironically more innovative than what people think, because it's like, how did you turn McDonald's into that?
Burger King Racer.
I think that was kind of like Super Mario Brothers, where you could go around and collect the M's instead of coins or something.
Yeah. Oh god, Victor just reminded me then, when we talk about non-innovation and copies and stuff, how many fucking Mario Kart knockoffs have there been?
Yeah.
Too many.
All of them.
Now, some of them do a good job. Like, I'll admit, Mod Nation Racers and Little Big Planet at least tried something completely new in the genre, or at least made it seem new. Where, like, Mod Nation Racers, it was all about designing your own racer, building your whole fucking level, and doing all this cool stuff. Not just the tried and true method of, let's just take a bunch of characters, shove them together, and put them in carts, like Madagascar karting.
And remember to make their heads bigger.
Yeah.
Like everyone ever. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Yep.
What?
You know, one thing that's annoyed me in the recent years is, at least it seems to me, like companies these days, developers these days, are trying to innovate the wrong way. They're trying to innovate on the technological front instead of, what actually makes a game, like characters and story and, actually getting your shit to work as opposed to getting your technology to work. It's like, well, you have good technology, fucking use it. I mean, how many games in the last 5 years have we taken a look and the only good thing we can say about it is, well, it looks nice?
Too many games.
Exactly. And it's because all they care about is the technology. All they care about is, ooh, let's make it flashy. Let's use the latest and greatest, graphics technology. It's like, no, make a game that fucking works. Make a game with a good story. Come on, with characters we care about.
Ironically, though, some of that would also, like we mentioned before, some of that would also be the users.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how many people last gen were like looking at, like, say, for example, the Wii and just being like, it doesn't have the cool graphics of PS3 and 360, therefore no games on it can be good, haha.
Yeah.
And people who love Minecraft now.
And it's like, but Mario Galaxy says what?
Yeah,
Or
right.
something like that. It's like, some of these games were pretty good on there.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion says what?
Super Mario Sunshine says what? Yeah.
Again, GameCube.
It's so amazing.
Mario Sunshine was shit, and it was on GameCube. But yeah, it was just a case of graphics don't always make the game. And ironically, the GameCube would be the opposite point, because the GameCube is actually better graphics, or meant to be more powerful than a PS2.
Legend of Zelda says what? Legend of Zelda says, you can take my Master Sword and stick it straight up your candy ass. That's what it says.
Okay, do I have to buy it from the store first?
I got you.
Nice.
You mentioned the fact that you're linked between worlds. I could buy absolutely everything from the store. I asked, do I have to buy the Master Sword from the store?
No.
Okay, I gotta admit, I do hate it when, a lot of the gamers nowadays go all like, the graphics are so awesome, yay, let's play this. It's like, fuck off, man. Like,
But
Sounds like PC Master Race talk.
Yeah.
yeah,
How cool my game looks.
well, yeah, it's like, dude, fuck off. Games were not all about graphics. Play the fucking PS1 games. Play the old Sega fucking games. It's not all about that. It's about the experience for the fucking gamer.
16-bit Chrono Trigger says what?
Hell yeah.
But the more you say how it's the consumers now, and it is to a point, except I think the blame goes both ways, because
it's not
the modern consumer, the not our generation gamers, have been conditioned by these publishers and these developers to want certain things, to want the latest race, because that's what they hype in their games.
I agree.
So,
that goes into what we discussed.
They're driving that demand. So they're driving basically their own demand and getting screwed because of it, basically.
Yeah, I agree. It's like we talked about during WXR with the fact, like, the Attitude Era told people to treat women as sexual objects, and basically all diva matches must be piss breaks. Therefore, even if you get a decent diva match now, people don't care because they just want the sex appeal or to treat them like a piss break. It's the same thing with the games. It's like, a game comes out and the first thing they'll show you is they'll show you a cinematic trailer instead of gameplay. And they'll be, look how awesome this is. Oh, it's so fucking awesome.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like cinematic trailers, but sometimes you would rather just see the fucking gameplay. It's like, okay, I don't think about the story. Let me see the fucking gameplay,
Yeah.
Unless you're selling me a movie, show me the gameplay.
Yeah.
I think, too, part of the lack of innovation in current games is also coming from another part of the WWE effect, as, again, we discussed on WXR recently, where in the current age of gaming, at least I don't see a lot of competition. The companies are more working together than they are competing. Whereas back in, like, the golden age of gaming, it was all about competition, and that's where the innovation came from. Yeah, they borrowed stuff from their competitors, but then they took it, ran with it, and made it their own because they were competing against it. They knew they had to make something at least as good.
They're still competing against each other.
True.
It doesn't feel like it to me, though, because there's so many crossovers, and it feels so much more relaxed. It doesn't feel like they're trying to compete. I don't know, that's just how I feel.
It feels like Xbox One and PS4 are trying to compete against each other, even with the thank you. And it seems like normal Nintendo's doing their own thing.
Yeah. You know what I hate nowadays with a lot of the gaming shit?
What's that?
I hate a lot of the DLC shit,
We've discussed that on WXR before now. Yeah, we don't like the fact. I personally hate DLC.
Yeah, it's like, dude, come on.
I understand DLC if it's something they've made like a year after the game's been made or something like that. But I hate the fact a lot of the DLC we get now it seems like they deliberately left off content to charge you for it later.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, fuck off. Take the time. Make the fucking thing full, you know.
Yeah. It's like
Don't just half-ass it.
It's like if you remember the old Mega Drive and SNES, those games didn't need fucking patches and fucking DLC all the time. They worked. Nowadays, a game will come out, and within the first week it needs some sort of big fucking patch to fix a load of errors and shit. Like, no! Why don't you test this shit?
Mhm.
What does Rick think?
About DLC? No.
Yeah, but this one includes Simon.
Yay.
I love that selling point.
Yeah.
So now you get the gay man's version, well, the bisexual version of, oh, I get to shop, yay!
Okay, that sentence will never leave my mouth.
Oh my god, a new hat in Team Fortress. Buy, buy, buy!
That sentence will never leave my mouth.
With DLC, I think in theory I like it, but in practice they've completely made it so it just looks greedy and they're losing consumer faith with it, I think.
So you said the same as me, as when it's
Yeah.
DLC that's actual content they've made afterwards, not just left
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Like, or if you take something like Skyrim, like that has so much like freaking content in the game that adding more, you're just like, okay, because there's like hundreds of hours in just the core game itself. But if it's something like God of War, where the core experience is like 6-8 hours or whatever, then you're like, no, shove that in the game. Come on, give me my $60 worth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like the wrestling game where some of the, like we mentioned in the past, some of the wrestlers that were left off should have fucking been in the game.
They were like in last year's or something, and you're like, what?
Yeah. It just doesn't make much sense, but it's like, although with the risk thing, it's like, they're so afraid of taking risks to the point now where if you put a first person shooter, let's say, and I don't mean to say that bad for the genre or something, but let's just say first person shooters. You put first person shooter in the PS4 or PS3, and you hold on to the pad, you instinctively know what button does what. They don't even try and change up the control schemes much now, because it's like, well, this is how this game's done and everyone likes this game, let's just copy theirs. For all you know, they could try something different and make it work better.
But they'd have to put a lot of effort into it, because like 2 Human tried that with the control scheme and it didn't work so well. So
that is true, but so
I think the best control schemes are the adaptive ones, the ones that let you, set it yourself.
yes, always. Let me turn on subtitles before any cinematic starts, and let me change controls.
yes, ironically I do that with the subtitles, just because sometimes I'm like, I may have misheard something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do that now because, like, 80% of the time I'm playing a game, I'm talking to you guys, and it's like, okay, I hear a mole in my ears. I can't exactly hear the cutscene right now.
You also do that now because, as you mentioned, you're really, really old, and hearing aid batteries don't, by themselves.
If I was really, really old, I wouldn't use subtitles because the eyes go before the ears.
Actually...
Yeah, but you're Asian. Whenever you speak, there's subtitles appearing.
You beautifully evil bastard. Harsh, but true. Well, with Jeff anyway.
It's not true. He speaks perfect English.
But is
Whoever
it in
edits
time
this
with the
needs to put
subtitles?
subtitles for all of his lines.
I would say, but is it in time and speed with the subtitles? Like, so you can be like, blah, 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 subtitle.
Yeah. But
See, because I'm American, all my subtitles are in Chinese.
And for me, since I'm a rapid-fire son of a bitch, everything's just gonna go... And then the
So
subtitles...
your subtitler explodes because it can't keep up with
Explodes
Yeah.
with flowers.
Right, this little
Great
graphic of a
those.
guy shrugging.
Yeah.
Explodes with flowers.
You do. Flowers and fireworks. It'll just be like, what the fuck is this? Fuck this word.
the innovative thing. It's there's so many games nowadays where there's something innovative does come along, and sometimes it's enough to break through. But the sad thing when it breaks through is you then know in a year or two that won't be innovative anymore. Or it won't appear, well, it itself will be innovative, but I mean, it won't be as big a deal because everything will be doing it.
Yeah. The other problem I see with the innovations, too, is I think a lot more games and a lot more companies innovate than you might think. The problem is those innovations get overshadowed by all the shit they got wrong.
Yep. I mean, a big example of that would be, while this may have been in other games, example, the Batman Arkham Asylum game. I would say that popularized, or at least made more mainstream, detective mode. Because hell, we even still call it detective mode in other games.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
However, so many games now use that shouldn't. Not every game needs it. Now, for example, I mentioned with the Resident Evil game, it kind of worked. You actually have to pull out the weapon and scan and stuff, fair enough. But some games have it where you're like, you don't need a detective mode here. There's no purpose for it besides you're trying to copy this feature. And
the biggest problem I see with that detective mode, and it's where a company could innovate, is the one thing that I really hate about detective mode. It's the one drawback to it that not even Rocksteady has addressed. Is the fact that when they have it in the game, you have to have it on all the time. But because detective mode gives you a colored overlay, you don't get to experience the beautiful graphics they spent so much time on because everything's overlaid in fucking blue. I'm like, really?
See, that's why I like I mentioned the Resident Evil one. Because all you do with it, it's like a scanner. You scan the room once when you put it down. You're not always going to have that out, because if you always have that out, you're going to get fucking killed. You pull it out, you scan the room, like, and it's like everyone goes first person with like a green scanner. You see, okay, there's something new over there. Scan. Okay, and then you put that away, and then you pull out your gun again, and then you and then you wait. That kind of works, but yeah, that was the problem with it, where you have to keep it on all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I think they could innovate really well on the Wii U with that, and I think they kind of have, where you use the Wii U pad as your detective mode / scanner. So if you want to use it, you just pull the pad up and you can scan it and you put it down. So it's always on, but you're not always seeing through it, but you still get the benefit of it, which I think is the way to go.
Yeah, it's like innovation-wise as well. Some innovations aren't that good, but we keep getting told they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you guys tried the second screen compatibility thing with the PS4? That has not worked. My friend brought over the iPad and stuff, and that doesn't really work well. And, like, 'cause they have the Play app or whatever, and, like, trying to make second screen functionality, and it's like, what is this? No, you're not the Wii U. Go home.
Yeah. The second screen on PS4 would be Vita, wouldn't it?
No, but they have like an iPad app with the PlayStation 4 so you can use the iPad.
Right,
yeah. So we tried it because he doesn't have a Vita, so he had iPad. So I said, wasn't there like an app you could use? And he downloaded it and you put it in the PS4, and it's supposed to give you like a second screen, like a map or something like the Wii U. And it was like, what is this crap? It's like you put in the number right and register, and it's like, yeah, we got this, but it's like server's not available right now. Can't pick it up. You chose the wrong number. It's like, what is this crap?
Yeah, it's like I was talking about the innovations that don't work. One of them recently has annoyed the crap out of me. I bought Tiger Woods 14.
Mm-hmm.
It was on sale. I bought it only because it was on sale. I wouldn't have paid full price for that, but I'm playing it. I don't like how they've now done like the teeing off and stuff, because they tried to innovate it by making it so that it's really set, so that you can aim it better and stuff, which works. Except for the way they've done that, in order to take your shot, you have to pull back the left stick and then pull it forward or whatever to shoot it. However, the way they've made it so you can change directions is if that left stick, if you're pulling it back, goes slightly left or slightly right, it fucks up your entire shot. And I'm like, no, because when you're pulling back a stick, it always fucking turns slightly to one way or the other. No, that's a bad innovation. I don't know if anyone else agrees with the stick thing, though, because none of anyone's experienced that in a game.
It's probably better than the like rolling ball that they use for like arcade golf games. I don't know if anyone's seen that. There's just a ball that you roll, but like it stays in place, but you just roll it.
Yeah, it's an arcade trackball.
Yeah, those are so terrible.
Oh god, those are terrible. I steer clear from those games. I don't like those games.
But I don't know what the next big innovative thing's going to be.
Virtual reality.
No.
That works.
Troopers.
I meant in games.
Thanks, Sam.
I mean, in games, because the virtual reality thing's more like a hardware thing, but in games, I don't know what the next game big thing's going to be, or innovative thing's going to be. At first, I thought it was going to be that game, I know me and Richter were really excited for, Evolve. And since that's been announced, already there's 2 or 3 fucking games doing the same thing. And I'm like, oh, damn it, I don't know which one started doing this first.
Yeah, that might be like a collective unconscious thing, kind of like how there's like one movie studio makes a movie about ants, and then another one is doing it too, and you know that they were probably actually conceived of around the same time. Just looks horrible.
See, that may be a bad example.
Because neither one was good.
No, the reason I said that may be a bad example is only because when you mentioned that, I was thinking of Pixar made A Bug's Life, so they made Ants. And they deliberately made Ants to deliberately rip off Bug's Life and then release it sooner.
Is it wrong that I was kind of thinking the same thing?
But I understood exactly what he's on about. Like, for example, Scary Movie went into production at the exact same time as... Oh, what the hell was that? I Know What You Did Last Friday the 13th.
Last summer?
No. There was a film when it was called something like... I Now Know What You Did Last Friday the 13th, or something like that, with Kelly from Saved by the Bell. And both of them were parodies of scary movies. But unfortunately, the Scary Movie one came out first, so the other one, while in my opinion was better, got looked at as a Scary Movie clone. But it was being filmed at the exact same time as planned.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were about, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's like... That could be the next big thing of a group of people fighting a giant monster as an online mode. But so many people are doing it now, I've got a horrible feeling by this time in a 2-3 years time, I'm going to be bored of that feature.
Yeah, a group of people fighting a giant monster. Didn't Monster Hunter already do that?
Yeah, but someone controls the monster now.
Yeah, someone controls.
Which in Monster Hunter would be awesome. Maybe just as awesome as a dance-off.
Or if you could
I
control
would say
the
to you, yeah, it's the fact that the player controls the monster makes it different. Otherwise, Ghostbusters did it on NES.
I would say one game that could really innovate, depending on if they did it well or not, is Watch Dogs.
Did you say
If it ever comes out.
I said Watch Dogs. Because one thing that they say that will happen in Watch Dogs, hopefully they'll keep the feature in and hopefully they figure out how to get it to work, is the fact that your single-player world is going to be a dynamic, almost multiplayer world, where if you're connected to the internet, people on the internet, or at least your friends on your friends list, if they have the game, what they do in their world can and will affect your world. So your world is constantly changing, as is everyone else's. So it's almost like it's going to be an MMORPG that you don't have to be constantly connected to the internet to play. It's going to be kind of interesting if they pull it off.
Well, you'd have to be connected to the internet in order to get the information from your friends stuff.
Right, but
SimCity should have been.
Connect once, you get it, and then your world changes, and then you can go and play. It's more MMO, but you're not going to be encompassing the world with everyone else.
I think it means that it doesn't have to be constantly connected to be affected by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your world's not going to be overrun with the other player characters. It's just going to be affected by what the other player characters do.
Yeah, Watch Dogs look like it could be kind of cool.
Yeah, if they pull that off, that could change the face of gaming. Then, of course, there's going to be 10 other companies who try to pull the same shit, if that works.
So we'll have MMO-ish stuff.
To be fair, there is games out there that your game affects your friends' games and stuff, and dramatically too.
Like the SimCity one, or the SimCity 3000, or whatever crap you said.
Yeah, like SimCity does that and stuff, but it could be, and Watch Dogs could be really innovative. My only thing with Watch Dogs was I hated how they advertised it.
Mm-hmm.
Because looking at it now, it looks a lot better than what I thought it was. Because when I looked at one of the trailers they put out with the gameplay and stuff, and some of the photos and stuff they were showing, I was thinking, this looks just like another generic shooter with a couple of little pieces in there. Then when you get into it, you realise it's not. But it's like, why are you advertising it like this?
The one thing that drew me to the game is you can hack everything in the game and make it work for you. I'm like, sold. Like, yes, I want that kind of power. Thank you.
So, you an egocentric maniac?
In video game world? Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh my god, he's Asian Hitler.
He's a little too short to be Hitler. More like Asian Napoleon.
Okay.
Wow.
Phew!
Alright, kids, I'm gonna have to head off, unfortunately.
Take us. I think we've exhausted this topic. Take us outside.
Alright. Alright, what's it called again? XG? Alright. Okay, y'all, this is XGR. While signing out, have a good one. People, for this wonderful show. It's been awesome. The Richter,
Yes.
the Hammer himself, in all his bold, deep voice glory. Serenade us out, brother. Serenade us. You're not gonna serenade.
No, I'm not.
Alright. Gamer girl.
Hey.
The mall. My brother from another mother.
Nah.
We'll have to get you on one of this again, or like I've mentioned, you'll be on the Comic Zone in the future.
Hey, I'd be fucking game for it. And me, and that's all.
You'd be game for appearing on this again. I see what you did.
And then there's me, Simon.
Fuck you. I don't get an outro?
No, you don't. You're not important.
Outro Marcus, he was
Oh,
important.
sorry, I didn't see you there. You're short. Okay, sorry. And Marcus, Marky Mark Shadow.